did we really start with a 48-foot camper? So, a lot of y'all have been asking us all kinds of questions about how we got into RV life, who we are, what the dynamic is between us, our kids, and Jazz, how we started. So, this is going to be a whole new series. We want to know from y'all what y'all would like us to talk about in this series. We need questions to keep it going, and we're going to answer everything to the best of our ability, honestly, and we're going to kind of go from there. So today, the first thing that we're going to talk about is how we got into RVing. Babe,
But
you want to start? Okay.
First, like and subscribe. Go
Yes.
ahead, like, subscribe. We'll pause. Okay, how did we get into RVing? For me, I think it started in 2020. We'll go ahead and share. We have a mortgage company. That's our primary source of income and how we're able to sustain RV life on the road. We do work full time. But in 2020, people started buying RVs, and we were so busy with the mortgage company. We kind of like put that dream on like a shelf, and we're like, man, that would be sweet if we could do it. But we have 2 young babies. The mortgage company is booming. We have a lot of employees, and there wasn't really time to do anything different. You're just kind of like in survival mode, right? Doing the best that you could to live in accordance with God's will and live fulfilled. And I feel like at that time is when everything started to change for us. And we felt like maybe we had bought into a lie, that this was it. And we were in that time just trying to like make ourselves buy into the lie, kind of.
Yeah.
So then we bought a big house.
Yeah, there's more to that story too. In that time during 2020, we had a manufacturing facility, we had an Amazon store, we had all kinds of little things that just weren't adding to, that were really taking away. And
I think that's good. It's a hard one because there's so much to add to that, and we want to kind of like keep these videos like 12 minutes. So one of the things that we'll say is that we bought into the lie that eventually you kind of get out of that slump, right? You just build it. Eventually you kind of get out of the slump. Well, we kept building, and then we decided we wanted a bigger house. We were making more money. That was the next right step.
Yep. So we bought the bigger house. Thought that would bring us happiness,
And
or a little bit of joy. We weren't not happy, but I mean, I was. I wasn't fulfilled. I was very happy with my life, with my wife, with my kids, but I wasn't fulfilled. And honestly, having children absolutely rocked my world. Having children put everything that I thought I knew and turned it upside down. So I was the kid who knew what I wanted to do whenever I grew up. I knew who I wanted to be and all that. And then the first thing that kind of altered that was really giving my life to the Lord. And then the second thing that really altered it again was having children and being like, I don't want to work my life away. I don't want to wait and spend a couple of hours with my kids at night. And in 2020, I would be leaving before they woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning sometimes to go work until hopefully be home by 4, to where I could see them for 2 hours before they went to sleep because they were babies.
So that's what we're saying. We're bought into the lie that you needed to work harder and you needed to like put your head down and grind and like get ahead, you know, build it while you're young. And what ended up happening is that we forgot we were also young.
Yeah.
And we were raising young kids, and we forgot that we were also doing this for the first time. And part of the scam is that you go to college when you're 18, 19 years old, and you pick your profession for the rest of your life when you're fresh out of high school and you don't even know what's out there. So we picked these dreams and these jobs, and when we got into them, maybe it wasn't everything that we thought it would be. Or, you know, you're 18, you're not thinking about your wife and your children then, and how one day you're not going to want to go into your office, and you're not going to want to spend more time away from them than you are with them. So, okay, all of that started. Again, there's a long and a short to this, but we're going to keep it short and we'll go more later. fast forward. So we bought a big 4,000 square foot house. It had it all.
Golf course community.
We were in a gated community, and I am so thankful. It was so safe, and such a beautiful like retreat. But it was someone else's dream. I think it was a little girl's dream inside of me and a little boy's dream inside of Sam. That's like, oh, this is what
making it looks like.
Yeah, this is what you do when you've made it, which is a very arrogant thought. And it was somebody else's. It wasn't necessarily ours. And so we gave ourselves permission to like start uncovering these like thoughts that we have and dreams we have and figuring out whose were they really. And so in 2024, we looked at each other. This is a very weird statement, but people know it. And it's like, we either need to crap or get off the pot.
Yeah.
We can't dream about this anymore. It's been 5 years. And so if we're going to do this, let's do it.
Yep.
And so start of 2025, we're like, this is the year. We're buying a freaking camper.
Took me 3 times to go buy it. 3 times. I put a deposit down and got my deposit back because I was like, I can't do it. I just can't do it. And then we finally did it. And I want to rewind a little bit and say we definitely heard the Lord tell us to go. This was not a rash decision or something that was very unthought of. This was, we heard and we obeyed, which is really how most of Lo and I's life has worked.
But we heard in 2023 in my prayer journals. That's when we started hearing and we started praying about it. And it
usually takes me a little while.
And your natural mind is just like, cool, we can like get a weekend camper. That sounds so fun.
Yeah, let's go for a week, or let's be crazy and go for a month. And then fast forward to 2024, right? Or 2025. 2025, we buy a camper, we leave for 4 months. It was supposed to be a 4-month trip. The 4-month trip was unbelievable. God did so much in our hearts and through us. It was an unbelievable experience, getting to see the world through our kids' eyes as we're also seeing it for the first time. And me getting to be fathered by God as we go on this trip. I didn't know what I was doing. I've never slept in a camper ever in my life until we bought this 48-foot 18-wheeler camper and took off. So, I mean, I had pulled big trailers, but I had never hooked up sewage. I've never hooked up electricity. We had rent houses, so I knew in general what I was doing-ish, or I lied to myself and told me I did. But we learned, we went, then we came back.
But can I also say, I feel like the greatest gifts of God are when you jump in way over your head.
Yes.
And you finally can get to a place where you look at each other and you're like, we are in over our head. This feels so good. We can no longer do stuff on our own understanding. We don't know anything about this avenue. And it felt so good because we had been in these professions where we had kind of like been masters at our trade. And so you just kind of start to go through the motions. You're raising kids, you're married. We've been married at that point, like what?
At that point,
9 or 10 years. You're kind of like in these grooves. And I think this just like really shook us up in like such a healthy way that we got to see like, one, when you get shook, what comes out, and two, what do you want to settle at the bottom, and what do you want to get rid of? And I think that is the end of video 1, because look at your time.
8 minutes.
8 minutes.
But there was a little before that too, because the guy came.
Right. So that's what. So this is the end of video 1. That's how we started RVing. My hopes is that you understand that 2 of our core values in our family are authenticity and vulnerability. It doesn't mean that's the easiest thing in the world, but if we're going to live and we're going to do this, we're going to do it authentically and we're going to be vulnerable.
Yeah.
So maybe you like and subscribe, or maybe you unfollow. What's beautiful about it is that we're at a place in our lives where if we live authentic and vulnerable to where we're at and who we are, even someone like unsubscribing feels so good.
Yeah.
Because we are stumbling towards the fullness of what God has for us. And that means
so good.
The godly stumble, but we're trying to figure out how to continue to get up again. And we're giving ourselves permission as we're raising 2 children to like really see God and really dream big. Um, and whatever that looks like, that can look like being a stay-at-home mom or a stay-at-home dad. That can look like be a woman who's a CEO or a man who's a CEO. It can look like owning the RV park or staying at the RV park. It's not like one is better than the other. It's more about where do you fit into this grand scheme of the will of God, and are you willing to submit to it?
No
And
matter
so
what it looks like.
that's what we're on the journey with, and we want you to come along. And so that's how we started RVing.
Yep.
There's a lot more to us. We are an onion, and so as we peel back the layers, we pray that you feel maybe your eyes water a little bit because you see part of your own story in ours, or maybe you see parts of other people's story in ours, so maybe you can better understand them and live life with a little less judgment and a whole lot more love.
Love it.
So,
love it.
We're the Weinsteins.
Yeah. Remember, God loves you, and we do too.
You have one less day, so go be great.